Let's talk more about the Labour Party's election chances with Chris Hanretty. He's a reader at the School of Politics at the University of East Anglia in England. Thank you very much indeed for speaking with us. So all the polls suggest that Labour have no chance, that they can't win this, they're in too much of disarray. It seems to be a foregone conclusion. Do you agree with that?
I think I do. I mean, a YouGov poll of this morning put the Conservatives on 48% of the vote, Labour on half that. No party has ever managed to overcome that kind of polling gap. So I think for Labour, at the moment, it seems like mission impossible. And
the major problem seems to be the leader himself. I mean, he has grassroots support, but a lot within his own party don't like him. There was one Labour MP today saying he himself couldn't bring himself to vote for Jeremy Corbyn. If his own party don't like him, what hope has he got?
I think it's a very difficult position for him. He's not well liked in the public as a whole, and his opinion ratings are much lower than those of the Prime Minister. So I do think he is acting as a drag on the party and holding them back. But what can the Labour Party do? There have been 2 leadership elections. He's won both of them. The Parliamentary Party can't remove him. I don't think there's any conceivable way that they could replace him now. And so they're going into this election with a leader who is not liked. And it seems that he may or may not stay on, even if they go down to a crashing defeat.
Well, how does Brexit play into this? I mean, is there any way that he perhaps would form some kind of alliance with Labour, with SNP and or the Lib Dems?
I think it's extremely unlikely that Labour would form any kind of alliance with any other party. I think Jeremy Corbyn's own position on Brexit has been lukewarm, sometimes in favour of it, sometimes against.
Well, he's trying to move the campaign away from Brexit slightly. I mean, he seems to be concentrating more on social justice, on equality.
And because of the type of politician that he is, and because of the advantages that the Labour Party has on certain issues, on health, to a lesser extent on education, he will try to move the debate onto those issues where he is most comfortable. Will that work? I think that Brexit is the most dramatic political event in the UK's post-war history. So you can talk about health, you can talk about education. Can you shift the debate? Probably not.
There is one thing happening which may help him. Some Tory MPs currently under investigation for breaking spending rules in the last election. Does that engender mistrust in the Tories? Does that help Corbyn and the Labour Party at all?
I think it might take some of the shine off the Conservative Party, certainly. And they've chosen the most favourable moment to go to the country. But even if there's some reputational damage to the Conservative Party brand, there's still streets ahead of Labour. So it might help reduce the damage for Labour, but I don't think it's going to affect the outcome in any measurable way.
You've said there, and I think quite rightly, that Corbyn's own position on Brexit has been very lukewarm. Does this mean that, for example, the Liberal Democrats have a very strong platform for Brexit? They're saying, look, vote for us, we will get you a soft Brexit. Does Jeremy Corbyn run the risk of pushing Labour voters into the arms of the Lib Dems then?
There is that risk, but the Lib Dems have their own problem, because a lot of the seats that they would hope to win back, seats in the southwest, seats perhaps that they might expect to hold on to in North Norfolk, parts of the country that voted to leave the EU. So the more that the Lib Dems try and push for the Labour vote in the cities, Remain voting areas, the more that they give up the chance to take back seats from the Conservatives. So Labour runs a certain risk of losing some seats to the Lib Dems, but that's not to say that the Lib Dems don't face their own challenges.
Last question, very, very quickly, because we are out of time. If Labour suffer a thumping defeat, is Corbyn resigning?
Normally, any party leader would resign after a thumping defeat, but Jeremy Corbyn's not normal.
Chris, thank you very much indeed for joining us. Chris Hanretty there.